Welcome to GasEd. Today we will be discussing systematic AI service acquisition. Look, if you're operating in the modern service economy, the shift toward artificial intelligence, it's just impossible to ignore at this point. But here's the thing. The methodology most professionals use to actually deliver these AI solutions is, well, fundamentally flawed. So we're going to unpack a strategic framework today that completely replaces blind pitching with rigorous diagnostic consulting. Think of this explainer as your clean, actionable blueprint. We're restructuring exactly how you approach, assess, and ultimately close high-value business transformations. We are completely shifting away from guesswork, right? Instead, we're moving toward a highly systematic, mathematically sound approach. Okay, let's dive into this with a really simple analogy. Imagine calling a mechanic because your car's making this strange noise. And before even popping the hood, the mechanic just says, "Yep, you need a brand new engine. That'll be 20 grand. Would you pull out your credit card for that? No way, of course not. Or imagine a dentist prescribing a complex tooth extraction over the phone. You'd immediately question their competence, right? Yet this is exactly what 99% of AI consultants do today. They prescribe these high-ticket, complex AI solutions without ever conducting a diagnostic audit of the business first. Frankly, in literally any other industry, this would be considered professional malpractice. To solve this, we're covering 6 distinct checkpoints today. First, the diagnostic paradigm. Second, optimizing unit economics. Third, the AI service funnel. Fourth, discovery and quantification. Fifth, structuring the assessment. And finally, the strategic delivery. Let's get right into it. Section 1, the diagnostic paradigm. Let's look at how this actually builds a foundation for long-term success. The status quo of just pitching raw AI services, it's completely broken. It costs you credibility and it costs you revenue. According to major institutional studies, we're talking reviews by top-tier universities like MIT here, roughly 95% of large-scale AI projects fail when they skip that initial strategy and assessment phase. Why? Because businesses rarely know what they actually need. They might see some flashy video online and assume, oh, we need a complex chatbot, when in reality their biggest bottleneck is back-office admin efficiency. By enforcing an assessment before execution, you stop prescribing blindly. You diagnose the actual disease, which drastically reduces project failure rates and client churn. Section 2, optimizing unit economics. Let's strip away the theory for a second and just look at the raw unit economics, because the numbers speak for themselves. Implementing a diagnostic step is mathematically superior for client acquisition. On the left, we've got consultant A. He approaches cold prospects and immediately pitches a $10,000 transformation package. Because that financial barrier is so high and trust is low, his conversion rate hovers around a mere 2%. Now look on the right. Consultant B uses a strategic lower barrier entry point, a $1,000 paid audit. Because she's selling clarity and a customized roadmap rather than a massive immediate commitment, her conversion rate jumps to 20%. She literally acquires 10 times the number of clients from the exact same prospect pool. Now, what's truly remarkable is how those unit economics actually compound over time. Out of those 20 audit clients Consultant B just secured, a significant percentage will naturally ascend to her higher-tier transformation packages. Why? Because she's already proven her elite competence. By delivering exceptional value in that initial audit, she easily converts a fraction of those clients into $10,000 projects, while also stacking up monthly recurring revenue retainers. Suddenly, she's generating over $122,000 from the exact same base of leads that barely yielded $20,000 for Consultant A. The math is just undeniable. Section 3, the AI service funnel. So we know the math works, right? But we need a highly systematic architecture to actually capture this revenue reliably. Enter the 5-pillar ascension pathway. Think of it like a ladder. If you try to jump from the bottom rung directly to the top, you're going to fall. Step 1 is free value. That's your content and outreach. Step 2 is absolutely crucial, the lead magnet. This could be something like a free diagnostic quiz that calculates potential lost revenue, which can actually quadruple your pipeline. Step 3 is the paid audit we talked about, typically priced between $1,000 and $3,000. Step 4 is the actual transformation package, where you build out the solution. And finally, Step 5 is monthly recurring revenue for ongoing maintenance. You methodically walk the client up these exact rungs. Moving on to Section 4, discovery and quantification. This is where we shift from broad funnel mechanics to really granular, surgical bottleneck identification. Look, before you ever jump on a consultation call, you must require the client to complete a detailed discovery form. If they've paid for an audit, trust me, they will happily provide this. You need to know their exact customer journey, their core operational workflows, raw conversion metrics, and what their current software stack looks like. Securing all this data beforehand ensures you never walk into a room blind. It establishes that authoritative business school presence. You're not there to learn the basics of their company. You are there to analyze the data they've already given you. Once you have that data in hand, your primary objective is to calculate one specific metric, the cost of inaction, or COI. Basically, what is the exact dollar amount this business is bleeding every single month by failing to optimize their workflows? Psychology tells us that business owners value avoiding a financial loss far more than they value speculative future gains. By framing their inefficiencies as an active, ongoing financial loss, you create immense urgency for the solutions you're about to provide. Section 5. Structuring the assessment. Okay, this is where the consulting magic actually happens. You have the raw data, you've calculated the cost of inaction, and now you have to translate all of that into a commanding strategy matrix. We use the 3E framework for this. First is enhance. Look at what's already working and making the money, and use AI to make it slicker and faster. This provides the absolute fastest, most reliable ROI. Second is eliminate. Identify those repetitive administrative tasks that just drain human capital and automate them out of existence. Finally, expand. Look for entirely new revenue channels that are unlocked by these efficiencies. Always prioritize enhancing existing profit centers over expanding into new ones. To make your recommendations truly bulletproof, you must construct a strict mathematical ROI calculation. Don't just sit there and say an AI integration will save time. Be specific. Say it'll save 10 hours a week at $60 an hour, yielding $31,000 a year in reclaimed capital. Calculate the specific revenue impact of higher conversions, and most importantly, show the payback period. Think about it. If your solution costs $5,000, but it pays for itself in 2.1 months, the investment becomes entirely logical. It ceases to be a cost and becomes an undeniable asset. And finally, Section 6, the strategic delivery. So, you've done the math, you've built the strategy. Now, you must control the narrative to secure that final transformation contract. And the golden rule of the AI audit is this: never, under any circumstances, email your slide deck blindly to the client. Just don't do it. If you do, they'll skim it, they'll misinterpret the data, and your authority will just evaporate. You absolutely must mandate a live presentation. You have to command the room, address any objections immediately, clarify those complex ROIs, and seamlessly pivot from the diagnostic findings right into the sales close. When you do present the final options for execution, utilize the psychological power of the 2-option close. If you offer 5 different packages, decision paralysis sets in and they end up choosing nothing. Instead, offer exactly 2. Option 1 is the quick win, a $10,000 package that solves the immediate pain points. Option 2 is the scale model, a $15,000 comprehensive package that includes all those quick wins, plus advanced training, optimization, and ongoing support. By positioning these side by side, that higher tier package becomes the mathematically obvious choice, which dramatically increases your average contract value. Ultimately, by treating your initial engagement as a clinical, data-driven audit rather than a desperate sales pitch, you position yourself as an elite consultant rather than just another commodity vendor. You align the math in your favor, and you systematically drive exceptional results for your clients. That is all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.